Victor Osimhen has broken silence on his transfer to Arsenal and any other team that is really willing to sign him. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that you do upload in here on a daily. It's a Tuesday and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as your football news is concerned. Apart from Man United news, you know where you get us when you want Man United news because the SEMA is a port, but I really had to do this due diligence to the fans of other clubs. So let's see close to 200 likes on this video as Victor Osimhen comes out and speaks about his future and why he would love to obviously come and join the Premier League because teams like Arsenal are interested in this guy. That's why I've gone ahead to attach Arsenal to this story. We are talking Pochettino, talking about the man himself, that is, don't have Pochettino in this, guys. I don't have any Chelsea story here. I'm talking about Sergio Aguero, talking about why he left Man City and he felt like they betrayed him. Then Franck Kessie, the African Cup winner with Ivory Coast, has come out and really said why he went ahead to celebrate like that every time he really scored in the African Cup of Nations. Smash the like button, guys, and don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Let me see how many subscribers are we left with to obviously hit 20,000 subscribers. Let me try to check down here and see exactly how things are really happening in here because I really want to know the exact number and see how many are left. We are left with just 500, and guys, we can make this happen. We can make this happen because you people have gone ahead to show us that you love us, and from 1 subscriber, 1,000, 10,000, 15, 19, now let's make it 20,000, guys. Is it so hard for me to ask? Let's subscribe to this channel. Now, after that, let's obviously start it off with Victor Osimhen, a man who really lost in the final of the African Cup of Nations to the side called Ivory Coast, and that is the guy himself, that is Victor Osimhen. And with him returning to Napoli to obviously go ahead and really play for them in the Champions League, Victor Osimhen has come out and really spoken the following as far as his transfer is really concerned. He said, "A rumor is going around about me linked with a Premier League club. When you are one of the best, when you are one of the hottest strikers in the globe, you expect this kind of thing. Of course, Premier League is one of the biggest and best leagues in the world. At Napoli, I just signed a new contract. I enjoy my time there, going through it with the team, and at the end of the season, I already made up my mind. I know what I want to do with my career. Since I've started, I've been the one taking my own decision and everything's working out for me. Even though when I started, it didn't go as well as planned, but I already had my plan. I already knew the next step I want to take. For now, I just want to finish the season as strong as I can. Then go relax somewhere with my daughter, think about my life, and then finally come out with the decision I've already made." So the guy has already gone ahead to make his decision, and if at all you are a regular onto this channel, you know the decision that Victor Osimhen has gone ahead to take. That decision has been really confirmed to us through a new deal he signed at Napoli. What deal did he sign at Napoli? He went ahead to really come out and reveal to us that there is a buyout clause of £105 million. That is it. £105 million is the buyout clause for Victor Osimhen. That is it. So, for anyone who wants to buy Victor Osimhen, he's going to cost that amount of money. And that confirms to us that he has made up his mind that he's going to leave Napoli. That's why I told you that he has already gone ahead to make his decision. And it's not something that is going to be altered. A decision was made when this man was obviously coming in through to obviously sign this contract, because what made it hard for him to cross from Napoli to any other team last season was because he had no buyout clause, and that buyout clause that he went ahead to put up should be triggered this summer. If no team triggers it this summer, it will obviously fade out, and after it fading out, they will go out and really name their own price the next season when he is up for grabs. So the most important thing that this guy really wants is to see to it that teams come out and really sign for him in the summer. Arsenal is one of those teams that are really targeting him, but Arsenal is having a long list. But I think him and Vlahovic tops it, because when you look at those 5-6 strikers that Arsenal are really looking at, I think none of those strikers matches the levels of Victor Osimhen and Vlahovic. Because if you're having Ivan Toney, you are having Oli Watkins, you are having the guy is called what? Zikazi, who plays for Bologna. There is Morial. Those are 4. Now you have to add on Vlahovic and Victor Osimhen. So looks like the agent of Victor Osimhen has already gone ahead to get contacts, and to include that buyout clause, it took them time, because I think the agent had to obviously ask these teams that want to sign Victor Osimhen at how much they'd be willing to sign this player. And that's why you saw to it that there is 105 million pounds, meaning that he's going to cost 120 million euros. And for Napoli, they won't come out and really reject that, because it's going to be what we call a very huge benefit for them, because they bought him for like 60 million euros way back in League One, and they brought him to Serie A. If at all you're going to make almost times 2 the amount of money you bought this player, then what other profit would you want? So that has been really good for Victor Osimhen, and has gone ahead to speak out for himself. He has already gone ahead to make a decision, and he is sure that that decision is not going to be altered, because there is what we call a buyout clause. And he was really wise, because he knew to it that if he just signs a plain contract like that, Napoli is not good at letting players go, because they'll obviously play it hard for those players to leave that club, particularly. Then Fabrizio Romano has come out and really spoken the following, that he has said the following, and he said Victor Osimhen will complete the season at Napoli and then will leave in the summer. He believes his cycle at Napoli after great success there is done. Chelsea will be in the conversation, as he's always been highly rated there. Keep an eye on Arsenal too, while there is also going to be interest from Saudi again. Let's see how it goes, but he's confirmed he will be available on the market this summer and is keen to try a new experience. So I think you now know, when Fabrizio Romano comes out and really confirms and speaks out onto certain things like this, that this guy is gonna leave in the summer, no doubt about it. It's confirmed, and he's gonna be sold in the summer and is leaving Napoli. Which teams are really interested in him so far? Chelsea appreciates the player. Arsenal is also really a team to watch when it comes to signing this guy. So as it stands right now, you now know why Victor Osimhen came out and said that he has already gone ahead to make a decision. And Fabrizio Romano comes out and tells you that his cycle at Napoli has been a great success, and he has nothing to add there. He believes the cycle has come to an end, and the new journey should start with him being away at the side called Arsenal or Chelsea. Saudi, I don't really take them serious, and I don't think he can ever make that move. He's still young, 24, 25 years of age. As a striker, as Victor Osimhen, that means you still have close to some 8 good years, of really making good history as far as scoring goals are really concerned. I think if he comes at Chelsea, it's really gonna be really something hard for him. But at Arsenal, he can easily get into the first 11. That is it. So I know Obi Mikel hosted him on his podcast and told him that I would like to see you go play for Chelsea, but there is going to be a very big hinge of him going to Chelsea, because Chelsea are not going to be playing the Champions League football. You get? Arsenal is going to be playing the Champions League football, and trust me now, Arsenal have what we call a financial muscle to really get him the salary he wants. Obviously, if at all you give Victor Osimhen £300,000 a week at Arsenal, and you meet the asking price that is supposed to be triggered by the buying team at Napoli, you have him. You have him. Arsenal is an exciting team. When you look at Chelsea, they're really struggling, and they're really having Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson, So all what they have to do, Chelsea, is maybe to give him what we call a record-breaking salary, like of £400,000 a week. I think that's the only thing that can trigger him off. But when Arsenal comes in through to like this player, I think not him can stand in the way of Arsenal, especially if at all they want to sign Victor Osimhen. So Victor Osimhen, is really ready to leave, and he has gone ahead to vocalize his transfer departure, and he really believes he's gonna really come at Arsenal and do the needful. So we wait and see how that's gonna pan out, but he's set to return to play for Napoli as they really play over the weekend and then play in the midweek. Are they even, let me check and see, UEFA Champions League. I want to see the fixtures and see when is Napoli playing, because today I know Bayern Munich is playing and Man City is really playing. So today Copenhagen is playing Man City, RB Leipzig is playing Real Madrid, then tomorrow there is PSG versus Real Sociedad, and Lazio is going to be hosting Bayern Munich tomorrow, meaning that it's going to be next week when his team, that is Napoli, is going to be playing Barcelona on Wednesday 21st. That is next week. So that means he's returning over the weekend to play in the Serie A, and then he'll play Barcelona next week. And I know he's going to come up with a lot of energy to see to it that he scores very many goals, such that these teams really come up and really put him as a huge consideration in the summer. Because for that price of £100 million plus, you'd need to obviously put out numbers. Your numbers need to come out and really count. And you never know, even Madrid can come in and really say, we want to sign Victor Osimhen. So that is it. So let's go to Kun Aguero speaking to us about why he left Man City and why he really felt like he was betrayed. Sergio Kun Aguero said, in January 2021, Man City said they were not going to renew my deal. In February, they confirmed it. I wanted one more year, willing to be on the bench. I would have been playing little, but wanted to help. I felt a year was going to serve me physically for the World Cup. So, Man City looked like they had known Kun Aguero had a heart problem, because at his age, he was not like Ilkay Gundogan. You know, he was still, I think, like at 31 years of age, and he would have gone ahead to go one more season. But because I think they had gotten to know that something was wrong with his heart, the physio team alerted the board of Man City and they said Kun Aguero has to leave. So for Kun Aguero, he left for Barcelona, signed as a free agent, and I think had not even kicked a ball for Barcelona in the preseason, and they announced that the lad couldn't obviously play football because he had gotten a heart injury. So I think they really treated him bad. According to me, the treatment was really bad, because this guy, I think he's the all-time goal scorer of Manchester City, if at all I'm not mistaken. Now, let me check. All-time goal scorer of Man City. I think it's Kun Aguero. So, it's Kun Aguero with 260 goals. So, if you are having your all-time goal scorer, you cannot treat him like you're treating him right now. You need to obviously try to get the best way to obviously say goodbye to the fans. And I don't know whether he even went ahead to say goodbye to the fans of Man City. So, but they went ahead to get in a better replacement. That is Haaland, who went ahead to score 60 goals plus last season. Something that Kun Aguero never really did. And it shows you that if this guy can be here for some 5 seasons, he can easily break the record of Kun Aguero, and that is none other than Erling Haaland. So I know some City fans were really pissed, but I heard this statement. I heard it from Gary Neville and Roy Keane. They said, people have always gone ahead and retold players they should be loyal to football teams, but when have football teams ever been loyal to football players? Because when you can't go any further, the team will never stand with you. The team only stands with you when there is a service you are giving to them. So if a player says, I want to leave because of money, we shouldn't criticize them, because they have gone ahead to obviously telescope their future, and it's known all well as far as their club is concerned. Because like for Granit Xhaka, he wanted like a 3-year contract at Arsenal, and Arsenal was giving him like, is it a 1-year extension? And he said, let me go back to Germany where you guys bought me, because they're offering him a better contract and his team is competing for the trophy. And trust me, there is nothing that's going to stop Bayern Leverkusen from playing into the Champions League of the season. So that's it for Kun Aguero, and let's go to the winning captain. Sorry, the winning player of AFCON, that is Franck Kessie, who really had a very bad slide, backslide in his career, but he really went ahead to make a very huge statement at the AFCON. He said, "My father was a footballer in Cote d'Ivoire, but then he found himself in the army to serve his country. He died when I was 11 years, so when I score, I like to celebrate by making this salute in his memory." So every time he has been scoring goals, he has been coming out to really put up this salute. But we never knew the meaning behind the salute, and the meaning has now been revealed by Franck Kessie himself. It's all about respect for his father, because he was a soldier, played football, and he died when this guy was just 11 years of age. That's why he salutes the soul of the father in remembrance for the life of the late father. But remember, he's now won the African Cup of Nations for the second time. He was part of the 2015 team that really lifted that African Cup of Nations trophy, and now 9-10 years later, he has gone ahead to do a very wonderful job for the side of Ivory Coast. Remember, this guy really had a very bad spell at Barcelona. They sold him to Saudi Pro League, having gone ahead to sign him as a free agent from AC Milan, and people thought that it was really bad for Franck Kessie, because he was this kind of player that was wanted by teams in the Premier League as a free agent, but he chose Barcelona over any other team. I think it was unfair treatment, and I think Barcelona did it intentionally, knowing that he's going to come here, sign a contract of like 4 years, then after playing one season, we are going to sell him and at least get in more money. And they really got in some huge money from him, and even his wage bill was really reduced. Their wage bill was really reduced by his departure, because he was earning some huge salary, and now he has gone ahead to return with the bang. He has gone ahead to lift the the African Cup of Nations, after beating Nigeria 2-1 in the final that was played in Ivory Coast. So guys, I call upon for your reactions onto Victor Osimhen confirms his departure and his transfer talks to Arsenal. What do you make about it? Do you think he's going to go to Arsenal or Chelsea? What do you make about Aguero revealing how Man City went ahead to obviously betray him? And lastly, what are your thoughts when it comes to Franck Kessie and his celebration? I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. See you later.